Welcome back to Catalyst University. My name is Kevin Tokoph. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for future videos and notifications. In this video, I'm going to show you how to calculate the surface area of a rectangular prism or a cube. And you go about doing this in the exact same way pretty much. Now, between surface area and volume, relatively speaking, volumes are much easier to calculate. Surface areas can be more challenging, and so I recommend a specific approach to calculating surface areas. Instead of just memorizing formulas, think about what you're doing. When you're calculating the surface area of, let's say, this rectangular prism right here, it'd be the same thing for a cube. Ask yourself, how many faces does this shape have? Well, it has a top and it has a bottom. It has a left side, it has a right side, and then it has a front and it has a back. So these are my 6 faces of this prism. And so if I want to calculate the surface area, that is total surface area, I just need to get the area of the top, the area of the bottom, the area of the left, and so on and so forth, and just add them. Okay? Now, when you have a true rectangular prism or a cube, the top and bottom are the exact same. The left side and right side are the same, and the back and the front sides are the same. Okay? So really, with each of these, you're going to be adding an identical pair with it. So first, let's worry about the top and the bottom. So what's the area of the top and the bottom? Well, I have these numbers on the bottom here. So the length and width are 4 and 5, so it would just be the product of those. So the bottom is 4 times 5. The top is going to be exactly the same, also 4 times 5. Okay, that takes care of 2 of these. Then I have to add on the left and the right. Well, I got the numbers here on the right side. We have here 5 and 10. So the right side, its area is going to be 5 times 10, or 10 times 5, so 10 times 5. The left side is going to be identical as well, 10 times 5. And then I have the back and the front. Now let's look at the back here. It has a height of 10, and technically this right down here, where my mouse is, that's going to be the same as this, so it's 4 times 10. So, or 10 times 4, and then the front is going to be identical. 4 times a height of 10, so 4 times 10. So basically, I have a surface area that's equal to 20, because 4 times 5 is 20, plus 20, plus 10 times 5 is 50, plus another 50, plus 10 times 4 is 40, plus another 40. We can even simplify it even further. That's in parentheses here first, that's 40. In the middle, that's 100, and then on the right side, this is 80. And so when you add all of these together, you get a surface area of 220 square units. Now, I didn't give units in this example, but whatever the units are, whether they're meters or feet or something like that, they would be square units because we're dealing with surface area. And so when you're dealing with surface area of really any figure, any prism, the first thing to do is to make sure you know what all the faces are. In this case, we have 6. A top, a bottom, a left, a right, a back, and a front. And then you just calculate the area of each of them and add them together. Okay? And that's the best way to do that. Because what can happen sometimes is you can have a strange figure that is a rectangular prism, but for whatever reason, they're not counting the front side. Maybe the front side has been removed or something like that. And so it's no longer appropriate to just use some formula you memorized because your answer is going to be slightly less because you removed the front. We'd actually be removing, it looks like, 40 from this because the front has an area of 40. Now, if you do happen to know that you have a rectangular prism or a cube where you are counting every side, the general formula would be this. Basically, you have xy plus xy. That would actually be the bottom and the top. YZ plus YZ, that's the right side and the left side, and then plus XZ plus XZ, that's going to be the back and the front. And then if you group these together, we get a surface area equals 2xy plus 2yz plus 2xz. And this final formula, which is only applicable if you're counting every face of that prism, you get the surface area is equal to xy plus yz plus xz. You take this sum and you just double it. Okay? And the reason you're doubling it is because each of these sides, xy or yz or xz, there's two of them. Okay? And again, this formula, while I never recommend memorizing formulas because you can have strange problems sometimes where one of these sides, let's say the right side, is neglected. Okay? But if you have every one of these 6 sides accounted for, it's actually counted in the problem, you can just use this formula right here and it will always work for a rectangular prism or a cube. All right? But in general, when you have surface area problems, I recommend this approach where you count the faces that you're dealing with and then get the area of each of those and then just add them together. That's the approach we'll use in problems from here on out with different types of prisms or figures. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for future videos and notifications. Thank you very much.